Thank you, Roy.
Oh,
The 13th of November, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
okay. Oh, okay. So the Gemara says that's the reason that he's not going to have to return anything in that case, because he's acquired the raw materials by means of a shinui that he made. So he wouldn't have to return them for that reason, and therefore, regardless of how we're going to answer this question that was asked, in this case, the Goslin is not going to have to return the raw materials that he stole. So the Gemara is at this point saying that we don't understand the relevance of your question that you've asked. We don't see any relevant practical halachic ramification to the question at this point. So let's see what Rashi says over here. There's two Rashis over here.
Vitarnahu.
Yeah.
Vitarnahu. Okay, so what is that? Let's see. I'm trying to find that in the Gemara.
That's the Hekidami.
It's fourth line. I think it's the fourth line down on the right-hand side of 101A1.
Okay.
Right-hand side, fourth line down.
Third word from the end.
Here. So he means to grind, I guess.
No.
It's steep.
No,
it's steep.
Yeah, Rashi says what it means.
Okay, so it's what he does to the stolen dye. Sharon b'mayim Kedarchan. Okay,
right.
So I need help with that translation.
Okay, so he shoron b'mayim. Shoron, he soaks them or steeps them in the water. Kedarkan, as is their way, as is the way of these raw materials in order to make it into a liquid dye. This is how it's done. You take the raw materials; they're solid materials, some type of vegetable or produce type of a thing or something that has a color to it, and you want to make it into a dye. So you steep them in water, in the vat, and it turns into dye.
Right. So he ground them and he steeped them in water.
Right. And
Vitzava.
Yeah.
Vitzava behen. Zaman temer shalo boye lan yesh shevach simanin al hatemer de chaz osa milsa he v'amar le hav li simane de shak the chinahu kule kideboye the Maymar kaman. Okay, so let's see. The wool, his wool is required for it.
So the first two words are a run-on from the Dibra Maskil. In other words, the first two words, Sava Behen, he died with them. And what did he die? Semer Shalom. He died he died his wool with the dye that he has now.
So the thief took some of the wool that the thief owns, and he dyed it with this dye that he stole from the victim.
Right. Now remember, he didn't actually steal, technically speaking, he didn't steal the dye. He stole the raw materials, which he, as you said, he ground up and steeped and made into a dye. That's going to be important in the next few lines. They didn't steal the dye itself.
Right. So miboye lan, it's needed for them.
So now this is the question. Miboyalan. Now we have a question to us. Is about this case that we've presented now. That's we're presenting that this here is the case that is going to be the nafkamina to the question that we asked about whether the dye on the wool is a significant thing or not. What's the relevance of it? This case. So biboyalan means, and we're asking about this. Yeshevak samanim alat semer. That's the question that Rashi's bringing now that the Gemora asked.
Is there improvement in the simanim, the signs of the wool? What's the simanim?
That's the dye. Those are the dyeing materials.
Is there improvement from the dyeing materials in the wool?
Yeah, which is very misleading, because we're, like I said before, we know that we're it's clear to us that it costs more. The wool costs more. So obviously there's a shevach, but it's not an exact explanation of what it is that we want to know. We want to know, says Rashi, chazusa milsahi. That's what we want to know.
That it appears to be something.
There's this appearance, which certainly is a shevach in the wool. Does that appearance of the color that we see on the wool, is it called milsa? Is it a significant, however we define that?
Well, can we say that what we're asking is, did it come out nice? If it came out cruddy, then it's not a valuable thing.
We're saying even if it came out beautiful, we still want to know whether chazusa is milsa. Maybe it's not called that there's anything that's there. For however you're going to understand it, and the nafkamina will be, like Rashi's going to say over here, whether the guy that had the raw materials stolen from him can say, "Give me back my stuff," because it's right there. I see it right there on the wool. You got it right there on the wool. Or the guy can say, the Goslin can say, what's there on the wool? There's nothing on the wool. There's just some color on the wool. That's not anything. That's nothing.
V'amar le havli simane. That he says that he'll say to him, "Give me my stuff."
Yeah, there's no doubt that the Goslin stole this dying material from him, but the question is can the Goslin point to the stuff on the wool and say, there it is, it's right there, you got to give that back to me, that's what you stole from me.
But that doesn't make any sense. It's
Right.
part of the wool. How can you give it back to him?
Oh, so what does it mean practically speaking? Practically speaking, it means that he's going to have to pay him. He's going to have to pay him for the stuff that he stole.
So he has to pay him the value of the dye or the value of the improvement. That's the question.
Not no. I think I hear what you're asking. That would explain why it says shevach, but I don't think that the you're asking. I think the Gemara's question is: Does the Goslin have to pay altogether? Because if we're gonna say that Chazusa is lav milsa, if we're gonna say that the appearance of this color on the wool is not significant, then you know what we're gonna say? We're gonna say that the Goslin doesn't have to pay a shekel back to the guy, because he'll say, what do I have that belongs to you? Where is it? It's not here. There's nothing here. And he says, what do you mean? It's right there on the wall. Can't you see it? He says, yeah, I can see it, but that's not called that it's there. That's just that's not significant. That's not milsa. Chazusa is lav milsa. That's what the attorney for the Goslin is screaming over here about. He's saying Chazusa lav milsa. He doesn't owe you anything. Because it's not here, so to speak. Even though, of course, we know what he did. We know that he the Gemara says what he did. He stole the stuff, he ground it down, and the whole story, he made it into dye, and then he dyed it on his wool. And now he's got the chutzpah to say, what, where? I don't have anything that belongs to you. It's not here. And the Gemara is entertaining that this is a real argument that the Goslin could make. That's the Gemara's question. That's the question of the Gemara. Does the Goslin have to pay for this what he stole over here now? I think, or to return to he's saying to return it to him.
But how can you possibly say that he doesn't have to pay for it?
Well, okay.
Whether
so
it's
maybe
significant on the wall or not, he still stole the stuff.
Oh, okay. So maybe now we're refining we're refining the question based upon your question. Certainly, he has to. Let's say, okay. I will accept that. I'll say so. Let's say like this, and that's what Rashi says. Rashi is saying that the guy is saying, "Havli samanai, the shaklinu. Give me the stuff that you stole from me." And the Goslin is saying, "What? I don't have it. Where is it? It's not here. Where is it? There's just some color on the dye. That's not what I stole from you. It doesn't have any significance. Chazus alav milsa. It's now, so to speak, vanished into thin air. It's not be'en. It's not be'en. And it's not be'en. Meaning, in other words, the rule is, here's another rule over here. A Goslin who steals something, right? If the thing that he stole is regarded as being be'en, it's in existence still. So then he can't say, "Oh, I'll just pay you for it." No, he can't say, I'll just pay you for it. He's got to give the thing that he stole back. That's the din. He's got to give that thing back. He can't just give him money. So, like you're saying, over here, it's not about money. It's about the guy is saying, "Give me back my samanai," which the Goslin is saying there's nothing here. It's not been. It's not here. And the Gemara understands at this juncture that's the shaila. This case expresses the Gemara's shaila. This case is going to express the Gemara shaila. If we're going to say, in other words, that chazusa is milsa, that the appearance is a milsa, it's something significant, something material, something that's called be'en, that it's here. So then the Gazlan is going to have to give it back. So you're wondering, how can he give it back? It's not possible to give it back. How can you do that? I don't know. But otherwise, if not, if we say lav milsa, so then the Gazlan doesn't have any. It's regarded as not. There's nothing here that he stole. There's nothing here that's be'en that he stole. That there's an obligation of a Gazlan heishiv esa gazela asher gazal. Give back the stolen thing that's here, that's in your possession. You got to give it back. That's what the Gemara is suggesting right now is the argument is and that's the shaila that the Gemara asked in the Bayalahu. The Gemara asked, is it milsa or is it lav milsa? According to the way Rashi explained the question. Oh, but so now after having done that, the Gemara says that's a moot point. Why is it a moot point? Because the Gemara says tepukle. We don't need to. It doesn't matter what the answer to that question is. The Gazlan doesn't have to give it back because he acquired it with a shinui. So we don't need to. However, we're going to answer that question. Even in other words, even on the tzad that chazusa is milsa, the Gazlan in any case will not have to give back the dye the raw materials or the dye that he made it into, because he already changed it and transformed it, and the shinui is kona for him. So therefore, the Gemara is saying that's not a good way to explain the question of the Bnei Yeshiva, because we don't need to answer the question b'chlal, because we know that the Gazlan is not going to have to return it because he acquired it with a shinui. So it doesn't matter. It makes no difference how we answer the question, says the Gemara. So that cannot be what the case is that the Bnei Yeshiva were thinking about and had in mind when they asked this question. Okay. So now we go to the Lo Tzricha.
Wait, I don't think we finished the Rashi. The Deshak Lesinahu Kule.
Yeah.
I didn't read that, I don't think, yet.
Okay.
I don't know what that means either.
Okay. So Amar Le. So he the one that was stolen from, he's saying, Havli, give back to me Samanai. Give back my stuff that you stole from me, the raw materials that you ground up and transformed into a dye. The shaklasinu means shakal shin koflamid means that you took, that you took from me. And then Rashi concludes, Kedeboya lememor, come on.
That's
as
to say further.
come on over here means before that we posed this question before.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
So in other words, the Gemara is saying, "Hey, dummy, what's the case exactly which the Bnei Yeshiva had in mind when they asked this seemingly esoteric question about whether chazuz is milsa or not? Well, they must have had a practical halachic nafkamina in over here. So what was it? If you say it was this story with the Goslin that stole the dyeing materials, that can't be what they had in mind, because we know that practically speaking, he's not going to have to give anything back over there, the Goslin, because he acquired it with a shinui.
Right.
So now what the Gemara needs to do, it's got to come up with a case which will be the case that how we're going to answer this question of the Bnei Yeshiva will be able to answer what the rights and the obligations of in that case are. So that's this next case, Lo Tzricha. So we go to Alan to continue the reading. Do we have any time left? Oh, 3 minutes. Okay. Alan, you see where we are?
We're on 101A1 in the right-hand column, the second paragraph.
The Gemara therefore concludes.
Yes.
Lo tzarivcha the gorzal sa morning in shiru yain b'sarvas beho. It is indeed necessary to pose this question only in the case where one robbed dry ingredients that have already been steeped in water, i.e. liquid dye, and then dyed his wool with them. What is the law? Yesh shevach samornin al gabi semer. Is the improvement brought about by the dye ingredients, for example, the color, considered something material on the wool, or mar le habi li some nai darakal tina u. And thus, the owner can say to the robber, "Give me back my dye ingredients that you took and now hold in your possession." Or perhaps, ein shevach some more need al gabi samer. The improvement brought about by the dye ingredients is not considered something material on the wool. The Omar lay las law gave by below midai, and thus the robber can say to the owner, "There is nothing of yours by me whatsoever, and I am not liable to return anything to you."
Okay, good. So you see, what did the Gemara doing over here? The Gemara is saying, rather, this was the case that the Bnei Yeshiva had in mind when they asked this question about whether the what they asked. What's the difference? In this case, we cannot say, "Oh, the Goslin did a shinui with what he stole." He didn't do any shini with what he stole. He didn't transform it. It was already dyed. It was ready and able to be used to dye his wool. So all he did now was he stole this dye that was steeping in the vat, and then he he put it on his wool. So now we want to know whether chazusa milsa, the way Rashi explains it, whether the appearance of the dye on the wool is milsa. If it's milsa, he'll have to then the Goslin will have to give it back, and otherwise he won't have to. Now I'm interested to hear, what does the art scroll say over here? Does it say with regard to, does he have to give it back, or does it say with regard to, does he have to pay him anything? Because the way we explained, based upon Lou's question, is of course he's going to have to pay him something, because he certainly stole the dye. But the question is, does he going to have to give back, because it's in existence, it's regarded as being here, it's a material thing which is in his possession that he's got to give back. That's the rule of the Goslin. What's the art scroll? How do they explain it?
Has to pay. When the stolen article no longer exists, the thief must pay the owner, even if this is number 11. Thus, even if appearance is not considered legally significant and the dye is considered to be no longer in existence, the robber should still have to pay for the dye he robbed and destroyed. Consequently, we cannot explain the relevance of the inquiry to be whether the robber is liable or not, for he's certainly liable regardless. See Rashi.
Oh. See what the Gemora, they're explaining that also this case we don't understand. He'll in any case have to pay for what he stole, even if he doesn't have to return the thing. Even if he doesn't have to return the dye that's on the wool, but still he's going to have to pay for what he stole. So weiter, we don't have any case which really illustrates a practical ramification of whether chazusa is milsa or not. So we'll have to see tomorrow in the Rashi.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Okay, I think we made some progress. Baruch Hashem.
Okay, see you tomorrow, Mat Hashem.
Bezrat Hashem, everybody have a good day.
Thank you, Rabbi Levitt.
All the best.
Everybody. Bye.
Okay, Lou, see you soon.
All right. See you at 4.